Before I give my opinion on the two of the big Microsoft announcements, Xbox kind of announcements at E3 2010. The main two really are the new Xbox and the Kinect, formerly known as Natal. Basically, the new Xbox looks pretty good, I must say. In terms of the exterior, the actual look of it, looks very flash. It seems to have taken some ideas from the PS3 in its general kind of, from Sony and the PS3 in its general layout. Some of the buttons are very similar. The way you don't really press them in anymore is quite a lot like the PS3. What else? Oh yeah, the way they've done away with the curves, and it's more of a kind of a hard-edged console. I quite like that. But the two biggest things is one really good thing and one really bad thing. Start with the good. Basically what they've done is they've reduced the fan sound, because the fan is awful. I don't actually have an Elite. I have the original 360 Xbox, the launch version. I don't have an Elite. I never probably won't get one now. But the fan on the Xbox is so loud. It's impossible to watch DVDs on it. I always watch DVDs either on a DVD player or my PS3. I never watch it on the Xbox because it's so loud, especially in the summer. It's like this, it's got like a rhythm to it as well. It's like like that. It's absolutely shocking sound. As I say, especially in the summer and the heat. But the fan on the new one, you couldn't hear it. He put the mic up, the presenter put the mic up right to the Xbox, and you couldn't even hear it. It was absolutely brilliant. But there's one thing about it that would make me not get it, and I probably won't get it now, is that you can't put your existing past hard drives into the new Xbox. So effectively what you're doing is you're committing to losing all of your game data, so you've got to start fresh if you want the new console. So what that kind of does is what I imagine a lot of people do, is they'll keep their original and then get the new one, and maybe they'll play old games on the other one and then new games on the new one. But a lot of the time people sell their Xboxes to get the new Xbox, to accrue money to afford the new one. They'll sell the old one, but you can't do that unless you're willing to lose all the games that you spent all your money on and you start over again. Obviously you'll still have your achievements if you will you? No, I think you'll sell the achievements part of the hard drive, because I think the achievements are an external thing that are kept on a database, so I don't think that really matters. But the data does. So like your actual game progress in terms of saves and all that will all go. So that's a bit of a downer. But in general, I think it's a nice looking console, and I don't even have it's not too much of an issue for me actually, because I don't have another hard drive. I kind of I always I never change hard drives. I don't have like two, like you would with a memory card and you swap it over, all that kind of stuff. I don't have that. I just have one, and I do actually, if I sell a game, I'll just delete it, or if I'm finished with it, I'll delete it to make more memory. So for me, it's not really an issue too much. But there are games I wouldn't want to lose information on through selling it. I'd want to put it on the new one. I'd want to start, but from where I was. But obviously, that's not possible. But no, I think the fan reduction is a huge thing. Okay, so the next biggest thing was Kinect, formerly known as Natal, and I'm really not convinced by this in the slightest. I remember the really early presentation. I think it was something like a fish in the water, and the kid was throwing something to the fish. I can't really remember, but that's some docs. But they actually had a kid on there playing the game, and apart from and also another girl who was playing the racing one, apart from just the fact that they were ridiculous, and I hate the kind of fake thing those kind of people have to do when they're presenting things. It's annoying. The actual game, I don't see, one of the biggest things I always come up with is it doesn't help disabled people. How's it going to help disabled people? People in wheelchairs that don't have the movement of able-bodied people. You're basically excluding the market effectively with people in wheelchairs and wheelbound users, and that's pretty bad. I mean, obviously, and I just coming down to it, it's like 3D in movies. Why aren't people just happy with things the way they are? Why do things have to move forward? The console was brilliant. It's like you don't change the wheel, do you? You don't think, oh, I tell you what, the wheel needs something else. You know, the wheel's the wheel, and you know it works for what it does. And if you need a controller to play a game, you need a controller to play a game. You know, things evolve to the point where they work brilliantly. That's evolution, and games have evolved to a point now where everybody's happy with them. They're more successful than they've ever been. And I think if you start this kind of, you know, this kind of thing where you're doing this and it's doing stuff with the game, and it just, I wouldn't want to do it. I mean, I'd get embarrassed playing the Wii. I wouldn't want to. At least you've got a controller there. I wouldn't want to be doing, you know, this and all that and that stupid racing thing like that. I mean, it's just ridiculous. The one reason I don't play the Wii very much is because you have to do that stupid stuff. You know, it's silly. If I want to exercise, I'll go exercise. I won't play my Wii console. Anyway, as I say, that's just short opinions on that. I'm not convinced in the slightest by the Kinect. The new Xbox, I think, has potential, bar one big thing, but in general, Kinect is, I'm done with that now. I can't be bothered. I won't be getting it, I'll tell you that much. Talk about the Nintendo side of things. I haven't done too much look into the Nintendo. Basically, I'm going to talk about not two things, a couple of things, but these are just huge for me. Right, basically, they're bringing out GoldenEye. They're redoing GoldenEye. Yes, I would have preferred it if they just re-released it either on the Wii Shop or in the stores as it was, nothing changed. But at the same time, I do want to hear that music again. I do want to see those corridors with the green stripe, and I do want to come out the air vent and into the toilet in facility. You know, I want to do all that again. And, you know, obviously you just say, well, hook up your N64, which I do. You know, I do that with old consoles all the time. Like, I'd at least say 3 times a year I'll grab an old console and hook it back up. I've currently got my PS2 connected to my big TV down the stairs, which is proving brilliant. I'm really enjoying playing the old games. But just the trailer and just hearing that music again, just knowing that people cared enough to bring it back, and you know the different game innovations that have come in since, be interesting. As I say, I hope they don't change it too much. And I agree. I actually disagree with people saying that it should be a multi-console. And I think one thing that really proved this, there was a YouTube comment, I've forgotten the user, but it was on a trailer, and it basically made the argument. This is a great argument. It said Xbox 360, GoldenEye on the PS3 and Xbox equals just another shooter. Nintendo on the Wii equals history and hype. And it's true. If you released it on the Xbox, it'd be like another shooter. But because of the diehard fans of Nintendo, and the fact it was a Nintendo game originally, you know, because you're releasing it on that, you've got the heritage, you've got the hype. You know, it's a marketing thing. I think they've done it really well. I don't think it would have worked in any other console. And also, the Wii needs it. I mean, the Wii is a console. I mean, I like the games that I like, but the Wii is a console that doesn't have the wide range of easily accessible kind of games that the Xbox has. It has games, you know, a lot of third-party games, a lot of like smaller companies, and it doesn't have these epic games. You know, it has Zelda, Mario Galaxy, and basically it has Link and Mario. And beyond that, you're not really getting much. I know that's a broad, sweeping statement, but, you know, please prove me wrong. But I think, you know, it needs that. It needs another console, and another game, sorry. And why not delve into history and give it that way? I mean, GoldenEye is an amazingly popular game, so I personally love the idea of it being Wii exclusive. Wii needs it, and I don't think Xbox needs it, and nor does PS3. What else? Oh, Donkey Kong. They're re-releasing Donkey Kong Country. I didn't actually realise Donkey Kong Country, the original, is on the Wii Shop. I only just realised that the other day. That's amazing. I might have to pick that up. But they're redoing it. I had a quick look at the trailer. The graphics look really lush, really nice, kind of charcoal kind of coloured, you know, really pastel-y type colours, really bright but relaxing and kind of chilled. Really nice looking game. So yeah, that's basically Nintendo. I'm sure there's more, but that's all I know so far. I'm going to have a little look through. But yeah, Nintendo did pretty well.